And this is the part for the frequently asked questions. Okay, let's go ahead. I have a question here. How do I know if my country is eligible? Simply, you just proceed with the application. Once you start applying, you'll be able to find that, like in the search, there are either like limited programs. Maybe your country is not eligible for bachelor's programs. Your country is just eligible for PhD programs, or not eligible for any programs at all. Okay. Who is the sending partner? We agreed that it's most probably in uh, all the countries, the Ministry of Higher Education, or for sure it's either like Ministry of Higher Education or the scholarship institution in your home country. I live in a different country than my passport nationality, what is my country in this case. Just make sure, everybody, just make sure that your sending partner or your country while you're submitting the application is the country where you're having the passport from. Like, let's say if you're like Nigerian or have like a passport of Nigeria and living in Egypt, your sending partner is Nigeria because you don't have an Egyptian passport. All right, that's an important thing to be able to get past the like the filtration, like the first filtration step. I live in a different country. What happens if my sending partner will not nominate me? Okay, so I have a question here. What happens if my sending partner will not nominate me? Actually, if you're not getting nominated by the sending partner, unfortunately, you will be rejected in the very early in this process. So you might as well, if you can, just proceed with an application with the university, or like apply for the university if you have the financial capabilities, or you can apply the next year. All right. I'm still under 18. Can I apply? Well, just make sure to be 18 before the 31st of August of the year of your admission. Okay, like you're joining in September, so you need to be 18 or above by that time. What can I study? You have a huge variety of programs, as we agreed earlier in our previous video, that you can study over 600 programs and like all degrees, bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD. So you'll definitely be able to find a program of your own choice. How many programs or universities can I choose? You have the choice to select two options, either two programs at the same university or one program at two different universities. Like we're talking like if you're applying for business, all right, at University of Debrecen and University of Pax, or you're applying for business and mechanical engineering, let's say at University of Debrecen. What is an OTM program? The OTM program, like OTM stands for One Tier Master Program. So One Tier Master is an undergraduate master degree that you get, like you do bachelor and master basically in one program, which happens like most likely in the medical programs like medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, and the University of Page. Actually, they do have the one-tier master program in architecture. All right. In what language will I have to study? Okay, 90% of the programs are in English. If you have other language proficiencies, you can check because the languages offered are like English, Hungarian, French, and German. Will there be an entrance exam? Yes, there will be an entrance exam for sure. Once you get past the nomination process and you get nominated, you move on to the entrance exam process with the universities. All right, don't worry, it will be online. Okay, for PhD programs, just make sure to have because it's a little bit complicated for PhD programs. There are other requirements like the recommendation, like sometimes it's required to have a recommendation letter, to have a supervisor statement, and to have a PhD research proposal. For PhD students, just make sure to choose the program from the link that you find in the guide. Okay, of your like why you're applying the priorities, you'll be able to find a link for the guide. Just make sure to look for the statement of supervisor to be able to select from the available topics to be able to write your research proposal correctly. Okay, what is the deadline of the application as we agreed? It's the 15th of January. Who will pay for my travel to Hungary if I win the scholarship? Well, that's a good question. The scholarship does not cover the travel expenses to Hungary, so your best option is either to check with a sending partner, or you can actually enter the you can get the chance to get a free one-way ticket to Hungary with study grant. Will I get dormitory place? Yes, you will. As most of the time is it's like the number of those are very limited. It's definitely either you will get like a private accommodation with dormitory allowance, or you will get a dormitory out of the out of the campus, but it's still nearby the campus. Are books and study material also free? Unfortunately, those are not covered by the scholarship. You can still that's why you have the living the living expenses allowance to cover for some of that. What does the health insurance cover? Well, it covers full health insurance. It covers your medical expenses in Hungary in general, but you need to note that paying for medication that you buy from from the pharmacy or private healthcare services is not covered. I'm a final year student. Can I still apply? Yes, you can. It's not mentioned here if you're in the university or school, but anyways, you just need to make sure to submit a declaration of missing document. And once again, make sure that once you've submitted your application, you just need to go to hungarian-scholarship.com/win and fill in the details to get a chance to win the one-way free ticket to Hungary from your own country. Thank you so much and good luck.